Hey, what's up, guys? So I'm back, and welcome to another episode of Alvin Life.
I know what you want, girl. Let me be the one to hold your hand forever.
Today we'll be talking about something a little bit different. How can I watch this? There's no Godzilla or MCU movie. Sorry, this time I'm gonna be talking about Ed Gein, the monster show that just came out a couple months ago. I know it's been like a while and like nobody cares anymore about it, but it's been bothering me and I want to talk about it right now. So Ed Gein is the newest installment on the Netflix series Monster. This is the third installment, and before it was the Jeffrey Dahmer and then the Menendez brothers. As of right now, I watched Dahmer and I watched the Ed Gein one. I haven't seen the Menendez brother, at least the entire thing. I've seen like at least the first 3 episodes. They're too long. That's my thing. Why are these shows so long? Like, I don't know how people have time. I'm always working. 10-minute episodes, 20-minute episodes, 30. Those are all cool. I can finish those in one go. But when a show's like an hour long, I can't finish it. It is a little weird that I'm going to be talking about the third installment of this series, of this franchise. I feel like I can tackle this one better than if I were to go for the other 2 seasons. Yeah, most of the show was fictional. Like, all of that was made up, bro. Source, I made it up. That was literally the writers. The story of Ed Gein, as far as we know, that's actually been documented and everything, is really different from what the show did. I think the actor who played Ed Gein, though, was spot on. Charlie Hunnam, yeah, he looked like the dude, but he was like pretty muscular and stuff, and I'm like, bro, come on. It's the 40s. Let's be real. So people have a problem with the voice he gave him, and yeah, I mean, like he sounded a little bit like this, and there's only ever like one like recording of his actual voice that he sounds a little bit deeper. I think they chose iconic rather than accuracy. Oh, mother, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do without you. I'm just so alone. This is the best hat I can get for Ed Gein. I just look Mexican. Ed Gein, if he was Mexican. Mamá, es que no sé qué voy a hacer sin ti. No sé. Ayúdame, mamá. Dime algo.
No te andes cogiendo las burras, hijo. Ni te conozcan como el coge burras. Mejor jálatela, hijo.
Addison Rae was in this. Isn't she like 20? Why is she playing like a 14-year-old? Apparently the person that she played as was 14. Hollywood, if you need a 12-year-old, I got you. It was entertaining and it was well shot. I think I like the composition and the colors of the color grading in this fits the era. This is after World War II, so it's a little bit, I like the grays, I like the whites. Whoa, wait, I like the colors. What? No, I mean how it just looks very old, very oldies-like, and they really did well on that. The scenery too, like the diners, the shops, all that, very authentic looking. I didn't like that yellow piss color grading from the Jeffrey Dahmer show.
Steve did pee-pee. Yay, Steve loves pee-pee.
This murdercore series, I don't like how like it's very fetishizing these guys. But they're misunderstood guys. You gotta give them a chance. Sure, they killed all these people, but they're hot. They look sexy doing it. I mean, is that what they think? Is that what the writers do? Is like, we gotta find the sexiest guy who looks exactly like this serial killer.
Is this how you get your sick kicks? What?
One thing that pissed me off about this show is that it kept focusing on other characters that have nothing to do with Ed Gein. Sure, they were characters that either were in his life or that got inspired by Ed Gein. There comes to a point where you're like, well, okay, can we step back a bit? Let's go back to Ed Gein. Like, most of it was just like, oh yeah, like the girl, I forgot her name, Adeline was so freaking annoying. I was like, what's the point of her? Like, she was just a love interest. They were painting it as like she's the one that started it. Like, she planted all this stuff to Ed Gein. That's why he did all that crazy stuff. And like, is that true? Like, that's the point. Like, most of this show, it makes you want to think like, this did this happen? Adeline had like a whole episode to herself, and why? Like, what was the point of that? The whole time I just kept going, okay, well, what about Ed Gein? I just felt like it led to nothing with her. Because then at one point she was gone, and it was all about Ed Gein. So we just wasted a whole episode and a half about her. Let's talk about Alfred Hitchcock. I think he was a weirdo. This show did not have to tell me about that. I'm pretty sure this dude hated women. If you watch his movies, you'll see why. There was like a scene where Alfred Hitchcock was peeping through a hole and he was staring at women. He was watching them getting naked. I don't know if he did that. Did Ed Gein do that too?
Well, at least my films do not have CGI in them.
I feel like the reason they did all these creative choices was just because this case is so old that there's not that much information, and so they were just spitballing, and they're like, hey, let's just mix it up. And I mean, who's gonna fact check us? As long as we add 50 sex scenes, no one's gonna question if this actually happened. If we're gonna talk about monsters,
We gotta talk about sex.
There were so many sex scenes for no reason, and like, why keep it for a really long time? They prolong these scenes and in great detail. Why do we have to see that?
Also, I wasn't expecting the bully from Hocus Pocus to be getting cracked in prison in my Ed Gein show.
I wanna fuck that ass.
The whole time I was just like, what am I watching? Where's Ed Gein? So yeah, he claimed that he's never done anything with the bodies like that. So in the show, there's a whole scene of him just going freaky with a dead body. Let's say everything in real life that he claimed did not happen. Why add a whole scene of doing that? Like, he didn't do that. There was these random schizophrenic episodes that he had, and I'm just like, okay, it's cool, it's artsy and whatever, but at the same time I'm like, this is kind of a waste of time, because if the audience knows that this didn't happen, to me that's a waste of time.
Sam!
Fun fact, yes, he did inspire a bunch of movies, Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Psycho, but so the chainsaw was just added for that movie by the director. He was like, okay, yeah, like let's use this chainsaw, let's use this as a weapon for my character. Some parts felt so made up, like I was just watching a fictional character rather than someone that actually existed, which is not how I felt about Jeffrey Dahmer. When I saw Jeffrey Dahmer, I could see like this was a person that actually existed. He was a lonely guy, but he was still messed up, and he did a lot of messed up things. I wanted to see like a realistic approach to this character, to this person that actually existed, not a character, because that's what they did. They made a fictional character based on the real person, so now everybody's gonna think this is what actually happened, when it's actually the opposite. And it's also kind of messed up that they're making these shows based off of real people who actually killed real victims, and then like the families of these people obviously do not like these shows at all, because they just don't want to be reminded about this situation. Maybe it looks artsy to film students. Oh my god, film students, when they see something that makes no sense, it's artsy, trust me, bro. It was just a waste of time. Like the part when he was dying, and then all these random serial killers are like, bro, you're my day one, bro. I love your work, bro. I'm copying, like I copied your work, bro. And then his mom's like, good job. You did a good job. Like, what? I was so confused. And I feel like the older the case is and the farther they go back in history talking about these serial killers, the more creative liberty they have at making stuff up. From what I noticed, these shows are making you go like, oh, are these guys the real monster, or is it you who's enjoying these shows? Who said I was enjoying it, bruh? This is disgusting. Your scenes disgust me. It's just funny how like all these people who review this show They're like, oh yeah, this was disgusting and it was horrible. The writing is terrible. The pacing is terrible. But I'm gonna watch the next season. Yeah. Either way, he's dead. Thanks for watching.